Okay, so welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a really quick intro into hand finishing or hand filing. In this case, our project is going to be the butterfly slash balisong multi-tool that I showed off in yesterday's episode. And the reason I chose this as our starting project was I thought it was kind of interesting as a piece just in and of itself. It has moving parts and that kind of stuff to look at. And just it's all steel construction, so that means that for a hand filing job, it's kind of as good as it gets, right? Like I could have done some other type of hand tool that's all steel, but I just thought this would be fun and interesting as just an item to look at. And so to just sort of assess for what it would be that we would even want to do to a tool like this, because the finishing on this is already pretty nice. The pins, the cutouts for the slots, all this stuff. It's really well done. The edges are really nice. I wouldn't want to touch any of the stuff on the tool end of this. The two things that I noticed about this when I first picked it up was that in the closed position, the latch closes properly, but in the open position, it's just a bit too far for the latch to properly engage. And the thing that's holding that up is that pin there in the center, right? You see the two arms as they actuate, as they move, they come together and they kind of crimp together on that pin or clamp there. So the reason that it's not able to get together is because these two little grooves, I'm going to try to show this and get it to, these two little grooves here, as they close in on that pin, let's see if I get it to focus. Yeah. As I close in on that second pin, it's just not allowing enough travel. So if I were to file out those grooves just slightly, just a little bit more on each side, slowly, I would be able to get it so that this would actually engage when it was in the fully open position, which would be kind of nice. It'd be kind of like a little safety feature just to have it so that it's stuck in the working position, right? The other small minor detail about the handles, I wouldn't touch the slots at all. They look great. They're perfect. I wouldn't even try to do anything on the inside of these because they are a little bit thin. Like if you look at it, it's still steel. There's still quite a bit of steel on each of these, but those, like, it's the one weak point of the design of this is those long cutout slots. So it is what it is, but it feels nice to use it, so I'm not going to complain about it. And they're like kind of chamfered and radiused a little bit, like they had some kind of tool that went in there and smoothed them out. So they feel really nice on this side, but the edges here along where you hold it, not the outside feels nice, but these two little edges on the inside, they sort of still have the burr. They still have that edge on them. And so the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my favorite, the wooden nail file, 7-inch nail file, and what I would just do is I would sort of insert it and just lay just a little tip against that edge and kind of protect with my finger the other side and just rub all the way down that edge and just try to take off that little bit, that little burr, whatever's in there that's holding it up. I'm trying to not scratch the other side of it as I'm doing this or scratch anything in there. So it's almost like I'm using just the tip of my finger to just rub along there. It gives me a lot of control over like how deep into the hole I am. So that's one of my tips for doing kind of detailed work on kind of long or interior spaces is to try to guard as much of it as you can with the other finger, your thumb, right? And then you have lots of ability to just get in there and smooth that out a little bit. And you don't even have to take off that much. It's just once that little burr is gone, then it's not catching on your fingers as you're holding it and moving it around. So I'm going to do that to all the sides of this. I'm not really like an ASMR guys, so I am going to just do this as I go here. Throw this in the vise. I've got a little piece of bicycle inner tube. Just going to put that down just underneath where the pin is. And I've got a file here. Okay, so this is a 6-inch chainsaw file, or maybe that's 8-inch. I don't know. I don't know things. But I'm just gonna run it through maybe 10 times per side, and then after I've done that, I'm gonna check and see how much further I have to go in order to get it to latch. So let's just see. Because I don't want to take too much off of it, right? And it's almost there. And there's like just enough clearance that I'm not hitting any of the other parts as I'm doing that. I'm kind of wanting to watch to make sure that I'm not nicking everything as I go. Let's see. How are we doing? It's almost there. It so wants to go. I'm going to do another 10 on each side. I'm also trying to keep it straight across the two sides as I do it. You can kind of feel that it's engaging. And we just go slowly. Hey, bada bing. Right? Now it's nice and solid. And so now it'll work in both orientations properly. Hey, that feels nice. Okay, so that's the easiest part, right? Just to get that knocked out. The reason that I like doing this, and the one thing that I wanted to kind of bring to attention by doing this is it's hand finishing things that you buy, items that you buy. It's kind of like customizing things or making them to fit to suit you, right? It's always something that I like doing. Anytime I buy a tool, anytime I buy like even like the drills that I bought. It's like I buy the drill and then I buy the chuck like adapter that goes in the front, the best magnetic one that I can, so that I know that it's going to last and that it's interchangeable. It's like I do the research to try to figure out the thing. But then when you get a tool like this, where it's like most of the work, 99% of the work was done for us, right? There's just like a couple of little things that you could take care of on your own, and it would make the thing like so much nicer feel for you in your hand and make it more functional, right? And it's like how long did that take, right? 30 passes on each side. How long did that take really? Like a minute? No time at all, right? And so now I bet I could do this. I bet I could knock out the rest of this in like no time, because I'm just trying to take off the edge, right? Just take out that little bit. Do the other side. Just so it's not catching on the palm of my hand or those little pads in between on your fingers as you're like rotating it around and stuff. You can even kind of see it dulling it. Right? Goes from being like a dark line to like a silver line. There, that handle's done, right? So simple, right? Just takes 1 or 2 minutes. It's nice to have the vise, obviously, right? I get that said. Yeah, just make sure I get both of them. And see, that's what's coming up. I'm going to flip it just so that I have fresh grit as I go into the rest of this. All right, see the silver line come up, and then we know we're good to go. Right? Simple. I think I have to do the outside stuff. Is this the inside? I don't know. Depends on whether it's open or closed. Make sure that I have some grit on it. The reason I like using these nail files too is because once I'm done with it, then I can just dispose of it. I don't have the dust hanging around in the shop. I'm just doing right now, they have these ends, right? I'm just going into in between as if I was doing my nails, right? So the nail file is really nice. Do the other side. Yeah, you can feel it with your fingers, and as you run your fingers sideways, right, you'll feel if there's any spots left that you want to hit again, right? There's like a little raised spot there. Just hit it a second time, right? And then this side, because it has the spring-loaded catch latch mechanism, you got to be kind of careful, right? I'm going to kind of release it so that I can work on this side, and then as I turn it around, I'm going to actuate it more right. So I just have to kind of make sure that I keep it out of my way and not let the tool get in this case the nail file. And I'm not even taking that much. I'm just like rocking. See if I can get it to focus. Oh, a little windy outside, isn't it? Oops. Just drop that. So let me grab it. Alright. Apparently it's windy inside the shop too. Just this one last little edge here left to get. So see if I can get it to focus. That's this edge along the bottom here that I'm trying to catch, you know. And I'm just putting the edge of the file on it and rocking it back and forth. I'm not trying to do like long, perfect one edge to the other, right? It's like, because you're just trying to knock the edge, the corners off. And there we go. And now when I feel it with my hands, there's no sharpness to it, right? Really nice. And let's see, so it should still close on this side because the pin that governs it when it closes on this side is the opposite one. So we shouldn't have affected that at all because we didn't grind those grooves up, right? So this side still functions exactly the same. And now when we open it, it stays open. Hey, beautiful. And we can do our best, you know, Errol Flynn impersonation. No, no. We're just gonna go open some bottles with that. But yeah, just a really nice little simple, quick project to teach a couple of the fundamentals of, you know, filing and what we're looking for. It's like you don't need to touch everything up. You don't need to touch every single part of the tool. You feel it, feel the parts that actually need something, right? Assess the tool for yourself, see how it works, right? See where the parts are that you can fix for yourself. Because before now, it wouldn't do this, and now we have a much more functional tool, right? Just for fun, you know. And how long did that take us? No time at all. So if you like that video, guys, more stuff like this will be coming on the channel. This was our first sort of just introductory, you know, project. I do have some more restorations and cleanups coming up, so I think we're gonna have some fun. So if you like that, give me a like, comment, subscribe, share, all the fun stuff, and you know, hit me up next time as we do more here on the fun YouTubes. We'll see you next time, guys.